In a world where financial stability is the cornerstone of prosperity, can you imagine waking up one day to find out that the richest country in the world is now bankrupt? This news would certainly hit like a punch to the gut. Hey there, fellow explorers. Welcome back to World Facts Unraveled. Today we are embarking on a very serious topic, one that could rock the world, and it's standing holding its collective breath as it grappled with the reality of the situation. Well, this could soon be the reality of one of the richest nations' downfall, a tale of unchecked spending, unsustainable borrowing, and the looming threat of a financial collapse that could shake the very foundations of the global economy. Join me as we delve into the intricate web of economic factors that have brought the United States to its knees, and explore the potential consequences of a nation's financial ruin. This nation, once the epitome of wealth, now stands on the precipice of economic oblivion. The United States, a titan of industry and innovation, is now grappling with the harsh realities of a spiraling debt crisis, leaving the world wondering, how could the richest country in the world be now sliding down the slippery slope of bankruptcy? It's a shock, a disbelief that reverberates across the globe. One day, this nation is a beacon of prosperity, and the next, it's drowning in a sea of insurmountable debt. The United States' financial woes are not a recent development. Over the past few decades, the country's debt has ballooned to an astronomical $33.8 trillion, a figure that far exceeds its annual economic output. This staggering debt burden has its roots in a complex interplay of factors, including unrestrained spending. The United States has consistently outspent its revenue, financing its wars, government programs, and tax cuts through a mountain of debt. Middle-class erosion. The decline of the middle class has shrunk the tax base, making it increasingly difficult for the government to fund its obligations. Economic challenges. Rising interest rates, inflation, and global economic uncertainty have further strained the country's finances. The consequences of a potential U.S. default are far-reaching and potentially devastating. Interest rates would skyrocket, crippling businesses and consumers, leading to a recession and a dramatic decline in economic activity. The U.S.'s credit rating would plummet, making it even more expensive for the government to borrow, leading to further austerity measures and cuts to essential services. The ripple effects would extend far beyond the nation's borders, destabilizing the global economy and disrupting trade and investment. Once upon a time, this country was a beacon of economic prosperity and abundance, a golden era that saw the nation's coffers swelling and its people thriving. It was a period marked by a robust economy, flourishing trade, and widespread affluence. This country's journey to prosperity was no accident. It was the result of a confluence of factors, each contributing to the creation of an economic powerhouse. Natural resources played a substantial role in this wealth accumulation. Blessed with an abundance of precious minerals, fertile lands, and energy resources, the country had a treasure trove right beneath its feet. These resources were meticulously extracted and wisely used, creating a steady stream of income that fueled the nation's economic engine. But it wasn't just the country's natural wealth that made it prosperous. Technological advancements also played a pivotal role. The country embraced innovation and fostered an environment that encouraged technological progress. This led to the growth of industries that were at the forefront of the global economy. From manufacturing to information technology, the country's industries were leaders in their respective fields, contributing significantly to the nation's wealth. In addition, effective economic policies were instrumental in guiding the country to prosperity. The government implemented policies that promoted economic growth, encouraged foreign investments, and supported local businesses. It also ensured that the wealth generated was equitably distributed, leading to a high standard of living for its citizens. This golden era was a time when the country was admired and envied by nations around the world. It was a beacon of hope, showing what could be achieved with the right blend of resources, innovation, and sound economic policies. The nation was not just rich in terms of financial wealth, but also in terms of human capital and societal progress. But as they say, nothing lasts forever. The tide began to turn. The U.S. has not legally declared bankruptcy. However, the U.S. national debt has reached $33.8 trillion as of November 24, 2023. This debt occurs when annual spending exceeds revenue. The current federal government revenue is approximately $4.6 trillion while spending exceeds $6.0 trillion. The U.S. has relatively healthy finances compared to total assets. total government debt comprises about 23% of total non-financial assets of $143.6 trillion. However, bankruptcies in the US are rising at the fastest rate since the pandemic. In 2023, there have been more US corporate bankruptcies than in all of 2022 or 2021. As of August 31, 2023, S&P Global Market Intelligence has recorded 459 filings. This compares with 373 for all of 2022 and 408 for all of 2021. The descent from wealth to bankruptcy wasn't an overnight event. It was a slow, painful slide that began with the mismanagement of resources. The country, once a treasure trove of natural wealth, began to squander its riches. Instead of investing in sustainable sectors that could provide long-term stability, resources were funneled into short-term, high-risk ventures. This lack of foresight led to an economy that was precariously balanced on a house of cards, ready to collapse at the slightest tremor. Then came the economic policies that backfired. The government, in an attempt to stimulate growth, loosened regulations and allowed for risky financial practices. This, coupled with the mismanagement of resources, created a toxic mix of instability and uncertainty. It is like a car speeding towards a cliff edge with no brakes. The economy is heading for disaster, and there is little anyone can do to stop it. External factors, too, played a significant role in the country's downfall. Global economic downturns, like the ruthless waves that batter a sinking ship, added to the torment. It is like being caught in a storm with no shelter to take refuge in. In the end, these factors combined to create a perfect storm of economic disaster. And so, the country, once the epitome of wealth and prosperity, has found itself teetering while staring collapse in the face. The richest country in the world is now on the verge of bankruptcy. Bankruptcy doesn't just mean an empty treasury, it has far-reaching consequences. It casts a long shadow, touching everything from the daily lives of citizens to the nations standing on the global stage. The immediate impact will be felt by the citizens. Their daily lives will be disrupted as prices skyrocket and jobs become scarce. The quality of public services would decline, and the future suddenly seems uncertain. The economy would also take a hit as confidence in the nation's financial health wanes and foreign investment dwindles. Businesses shutter, leading to increased unemployment and a decline in the standard of living. The ripple effect would be felt throughout the economy, causing a downward spiral that's hard to break. The country's standing in the global community would also take a hit. Once a beacon of prosperity, it would now be a cautionary tale, with an uphill struggle trying to regain its footing and rebuild trust among its global partners. This frightening tale of riches to rags is a stark reminder of the fragile nature of economies. The path to recovery for the United States will be arduous and demanding. The country must address its debt problem head-on, implementing a combination of fiscal discipline, economic growth strategies, and entitlement reform, including fiscal discipline. The government must curtail spending, prioritize essential programs, and explore alternative revenue sources. Economic growth. Investing in infrastructure, education, and research and development is crucial to boost productivity and competitiveness. Entitlement reform. Reforming Social Security and Medicare programs to ensure their long-term sustainability is essential. Every downfall serves as a lesson for the future. This tale of riches to rags is a stark reminder that wealth and prosperity, while desirable, are not immune to the laws of economics. The story teaches us the importance of sustainable economic policies. Growth for the sake of growth without considering the long-term impact is a recipe for disaster. It underlines the need for transparency. The truth may be inconvenient, but hiding it only makes the inevitable fall harder. Economists and governments alike must strive for honesty in their dealings, not just with each other, but with the people they serve. The tale also underscores the significance of good governance. A country's wealth is a reflection of its leadership. When those at the helm prioritize personal gain over national interest, the ship is bound to hit an iceberg. The United States financial crisis is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between economic prosperity and fiscal responsibility. The nation's fate hangs in the balance, and the choices made today will determine its future. The world is watching with bated breath as the United States navigates the treacherous waters of economic recovery, hoping against hope that the richest country in the world can find its way back from the brink of financial collapse. In the end, the story of the world's richest country going bankrupt serves as a cautionary tale for all. We hope it does not become a reality. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next exciting video.